Thank you for joining us on TVC News at 10. We begin tonight with anti-corruption fight. Operatives of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission have arrested a former governor of Taraba State, Darius Ishaku, over alleged fraud to the tune of 27 billion naira while in office. According to a reliable source, the former governor was arrested at his house in Abuja earlier today. Mr. Ishaku, who was governor between 2015 and 2023, has since been in the anti-graft body's custody. EFCC had alleged that the former governor at various times diverted billions of naira from the contingency funds belonging to the State Bureau of Local Government and Chieftaincy Affairs and certain local government into his private use. 15-count charges have been filed against Mr. Ishaku, and he would be arraigned soon. Away from that, the federal government has pledged a comprehensive reform for custodial centers to ensure that operations align with best practices. The commitment, the Minister of Interior, Olubunmi Tunji-Ojo, made the commitment during a press briefing in Abuja. We have details in this report.
The renewed promise to overhaul the Nigerian Correctional Service comes in the wake of bribery and corruption allegations within the agency. The federal government, through the Civil Defense Correctional, Fire and Immigration Services Board, has already suspended 2 senior officers implicated in the scandal. But Nigerians are demanding harsher penalties for anyone found guilty by the Special Investigative Panel established to probe these allegations. Social media influencer Martins Ose, popularly known as Very Dark Man, accused cross-dresser Idris Okuneye of bribing custodial center officials, enabling him to avoid serving his 6-month prison sentence at the designated holding facility. For this reason, the minister says that no one found culpable involved will evade justice.
One thing you can be sure of, you can be sure about, be sure of this, and I swear to God Almighty, we will not shield anybody, no matter who the person is. The reason why we took that decision yesterday, bam, is that the in charge, who is a high senior officer, is a deputy controller. That is a senior officer. For error or whatever, he first of all takes while we investigate.
He also announced other reforms to the correctional service, including enhancing the security and welfare of inmates, improving data management, and upgrading or reconstruction of new custodial facilities.
In the last 9 months, we've had 53,000 promotions in our agencies. We didn't just stop there with regards to the board. We spoke to the issue of gender, and to say our women, our ladies must also be given opportunity within the paramilitary setting.
This year alone, an estimated 400 inmates have escaped from the custodial centers in Borno and Niger states due to downpour and flooding. There is also the issue of poor feeding at the Afokang Custodial Center in Calabar, despite an increased budgetary allocation for inmate feeding.
And the Plateau State Command of the Nigeria Security and Civil Defense Corps has arrested 3 persons on board a truck loaded with fertilizers. They were picked up for allegedly diverting the product from Kano to the Badakinladi Council area of Kano State. Senior correspondent Funam Joshua in Plateau State has details.
This truck load with NPK fertilizer was procured by the Nigerian Sovereign Investment Authority in the Office of the National Security Advisor for the Presidential Fertilizer Initiative Program. The way bill for the product shows that it was allocated for a fertilizer company in Kano State, but then diverted to the Badakinladi local government area of Plateau State. The 3 persons arrested were in charge of the truck at the time of the arrest.
Our officers of the CBRN who were on the routine patrol apprehended a truck carrying the estimated 35 tons of granular ammonium sulfate, that is gas fertilizer, for diversion, which was meant for Guarantee Fertilizer Company, Kano State. The fertilizer is meant for blending of NPK at the affordable rate, which is procured by the federal government. And it is boldly written on it. It is not for sale. Boldly written, as you can see it there. So the suspects that were arrested, there are 3 in number.
The NSCDC leadership says it will continue to collaborate with the Federal Ministry of Agriculture and Food Security to see to the success of the National Food Security Program. Phonom Joshua, TVC News, Jos.
Elsewhere, the Nigerian Navy Special Boat Service and UK Commandos have completed a 4-week combined exchange training at the Joint Maritime Security Training Center in Navy Town in Ojo, Lagos. The training is expected to help in tackling security challenges such as terrorism, hostage-taking, sea piracy, and others. Senior correspondent Ivy Kano reports.
The Joint Maritime Security Training Center is the venue for the presentation of certificates marking the end of the training, which started on September the 2nd, 2024. Presenting the certificates, the Commander, Joint Maritime Security Training Center, and others called on the graduates to share the knowledge and skills acquired.
And I have no doubt that when they get back to the field, they are going to impact positively on our future operations. I equally urge you to share same experience with your other colleagues.
For the graduates, I congratulate you, and I believe the ones that have gone to the field almost immediately are going to deliver.
While Captain Tom Peacock spoke on behalf of the Royal Marines, Lieutenant Commander represented the graduates.
We've all loved being in Nigeria, and hopefully we'll be back on future operations, and hopefully the information we've given you over this last 4 weeks you can carry on.
We've learned new techniques on how to board a vessel, conduct various searches, and as well as detaining of suspects on board. Furthermore, the snipers training section was also conducted successfully well, as they have learned a thing or two that they can use in giving cover and fire support to the UBSS boarding team.
They were trained on close quarters battle for assault team, maritime interdictions method and procedures, maritime snipers support to assault team from both aerial and marine-based platforms, and missions planning and execution procedures.
The Nigerian SPS is a very capable force, and the training goes both ways. Although we're classed as instructors and we're teaching them over here, we also learn a lot. Participants, 10 out of 10, they turned up every day, all day, ready to learn.
Some of them have already gone on their first mission. We have 6 people that are currently on board our ship, DB Abuja.
To further strengthen the bilateral relationship between the two countries, the event ended with them playing volleyball. Ivy Kano, TVC News, Lagos.
When TVC News at 10 returns.